Okay. So today we'll discuss about the contract. Okay. So what is the meaning of contract? So you and vendor having the one agreement. That agreement having the long term agreement. Like next 1 year you have to be supply these goods to me with this price. So there might be a different like quantity contract and value contract. So in quantity contract, I will be like, I'm just confirming to the supplier, boss, this next year I'm just buying 1 lakh quantity from you. So please decide your price. What is the final price you are planning to that? So the entire contract will be like the price will be the what we discussed at the time of contract. That price will be going into the picture. Okay, if it is a value contract, then it's not depends on the quantity. It depends on the total value of the contract. So I'm just giving the I'm just going for contract like value contract. If it is a 5 lakhs, so next 1 year I'm just planning to buy the 5 lakhs price value of contract. It might be having the multiple materials. So what I'm just planning that. So I'm buying the product from this supplier as per the agreement. We just going with either based on the quantity or either based on the value. So contracts are the two different types of contracts are there. One is quantity contract, one is value contract. And the third contract also it is the central agreed contract. That central agreed contract is either it may be quantity or it may be value. So either one we can go ahead with. Okay. So how we can decide that is the contract or value contract. So first we have to be creating the quantity contract. Okay. So in ME31K, so the transaction code is ME31K. Here we are creating the quantity contract and value contracts. Okay. So let's go with that. Okay. So I'm just opening the PPT. So are you able to see my screen? Are you able to see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we'll go to that next one, which is like a contract. So contracts, we have three types of contracts. Okay. One is what is the one first one? Quantity contract, quantity contract, and the second one is value contract,
Quality.
and third one is central agreed contract. Okay. So contracts are three different types of contract. So other than this contract, we have one more type of the agreement, that is like scheduling agreement. Okay, so I'll just add in that in the separate slide. So what is the next one? Scheduling agreement. Scheduling agreement. So this is also a long-term agreement only. Okay, so scheduling agreement having the two types of the agreements. One is the with release with release and without release. There is a two types of the scheduling agreements. So first understand about the what is the difference between the contract and scheduling agreement. So contract is nothing but like a we just had a discussion with a vendor. Boss, this is particular period like next 6 months or next 1 year or next 2 years. Like we are planning that. In that planning, what we are planning, we just planning to buy from the product with you whenever it is required. Okay. So suppose let's say next month I need the maybe on the first I'm just I need the 10 quantity. So I'm just ordering the 10 quantity. So it might be I'm just decided to buy 1 lakh quantity. Suppose let's say 1 lakh quantity I have planned for next 1 year. So whenever it is required, I'm just raising my order. So every contract having the one contract release order. Every contract having the one contract release order is there. So what is the contract? What is the contract release order? What is the difference? So contract release order is nothing but like a PO. So you are separately creating the PO with reference of contract. With reference of contract, you are creating separate PO and asking that how much quantity you required or how much value of the PO you required. Okay. So even if you create the contract, it is needed to create the PO. To furtherly, they have to be based on the POs. The supplier will be sending the goods. Either it may be value contract or it may be quantity contract or a central agreed contract. Whatever it may be, every time you have to be create the purchase order. Okay, in this purchase order quantity, how much quantity it is needed. Okay, suppose I am just planning the 10,000. Okay, 10,000 quantity on the purchase order 1. Okay, so the remaining, how much it is there? Still, out of 1 lakh, we are already received 10,000 quantity. 10,000 already ordered. So then 90,000 is balance of this contract, because already PO1 have the 10,000 quantity. So when you are raising the order, every time it will be a surplus from the this subtracting from this total whatever you are creating. Okay, so that is the contract. That is the contract. So this contract you are defining at the one time. By using this contract, you are creating the contract release orders whenever you require the quantity. Okay, it may be PO quantity when it is required. Suppose 10. If suppose 10 0 again 10 again 2025. So I'm just raising the order tomorrow this 10,000 quantity. Okay. So whenever it is required, suppose next week I need one more quantity, then I will be raising again 10,000 quantity or 20,000 quantity. How much we need? That 20,000 quantity again you are raising in the PO2. So now what is the balance? What is the balance of the remaining contract? Out of this 1 lakh, 10,000 is done, 20,000 is done, 70,000 is balance. Okay. So this is the like a contract, every contract again contract release order have to release. Now coming to the scheduling agreement. This scheduling agreement also long term agreement only. But in this scheduling agreement, what will be happen? Okay, you are defining the predefined releases. What is the meaning of predefined releases? Predefined releases. So that means you are defining the pre-release schedule lines. So that is called scheduling agreement. Predefined schedule lines is nothing but like I'm just telling to the supplier, boss, I need on this quantity like 10 10 2025 I need 100 pieces. Again 15 on 10 on 2025 I need 200 pieces. Okay, again 17 10 2025. Okay, 300 pieces or 400 pieces, like that. I'm just giving the next 3 months 4 months, I'm just giving the before only the schedule lines. Okay, so whenever it is the time whenever it is coming, the supplier is sending the goods to the location without any PO, because you already confirmed the predefined schedules at the time of scheduling agreement. Okay, clear? So what is the difference now? Tell me, contract and scheduling agreement.
In contract release order, we are going to create a PO according to our requirement.
Correct.
Schedule agreement we are already predefined.
Yeah, we are already
In the
defining that timelines. We are defining the timelines when the stock which is needed. Okay, it might be next 3 months I'm defining, or next 6 months. Okay, like that we are defining. So, do you need any PO creation for the scheduling agreement?
no sir, no sir.
No required, not required. But for contract, it is required. Okay, so in this scheduling line agreement with release without release, that means without release is nothing but like a no need to be released every time schedule lines. Okay, automatically the vendor look into that schedule lines and he will be sending the goods. If it is a with release, on that time system will be asking to the approve, or when you are defining a predefined schedules, the system is asking to release the approval. It's kind of the release from our side, then it will go to the supplier. Okay, clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now the difference for these two transaction code is, by creating contract we are using ME31K. Okay, by creating scheduling agreement we are creating ME31L. Okay, ME31L is the scheduling agreement creation, ME31K is the contract. Okay, clear?
Sir.
Okay,
Sir.
so you can use this two transaction code to create the agreement. Now quantity contract, if you want to create, then you have to be use the document type, okay, MK, and LU contract if you want to use, then you can have the WK. Okay, like in the scheduling agreement also we have the LP and LPA. So there is the two are there, one is LP and one is LPA. LP and LPA. Okay, so let's see that. Let's go to the transaction code to create the how to contract. Okay, I'm going to ME31K, enter, and you can see the agreement types here. In this agreement type, MK is the quantity contract and WK is the value contract. Okay, and we also have the central agreed contract, that is the CCTR. Okay, so what is the difference in this transaction code? When you selected the quantity contract, the system particularly looking into the how much quantity you are ordering for entire PO, entire contract. And when you creating the value contract, the system will be looking into the what value you entered, entire PO, entire contract, what value it is entered. Okay, clear? Now I'm just creating the quantity contract, and I can take the any of the vendor. Okay, so I'll go to so I'm just going to the our vendor. So okay, KKR, KKD, I'm just going to that. So these are the vendors are there. I'm just taking one of the vendor, any of the vendor I'm just taking. Okay, so I'll be taking any of the vendor 14141474. Okay, and you can enter that the details, whatever it is required, you can enter the details. Okay, now the period, the validity start date, validity end date. So 1 year contract or 6 months contract or 8 months contract, it depends on the what you are decided to create. So I'm just entering that, let's 6 months or something which I'm entering. Okay, okay, so this is what I entered. Now you can enter the payment terms and the other details, whatever it is required, you can enter, no problem. Okay, now which material you are planning to take it up. Okay, so I'm just taking the materials. So any of the material we can take it up. Okay, so I'm just taking the material number. Okay, and okay, this is not maintained properly. Okay, okay, I'm just taking this material. Okay, so now it is asking that enter target quantity, how much target quantity it is. Okay, so I'm just entering that 1 lakh. Okay, and price are the details you can enter. Okay, so it's normally how you creating pivot, the same way you are using the agreement, you are creating the contract, and the contract you are entering the PO, you are entering that material and target quantity and price and plant, other information you are entering. Okay, now you can enter that other details also where it is required, like condition, item conditions. If you want freight conditions or any other conditions, if you want, you can enter. Okay, so any other information which is required, you can enter here. Okay, vendor details, all these details, it is there. Okay, now you can save. This is the contract which is created. This is the contract, it is created. Okay, so there is no subject to release strategy. You can also do release strategy if you want for the contract. Okay, how we did for PO, same way we can do for this also, contract to release strategy. Okay, now by using this segment, what is the my quantity actually planned? What is the quantity we are planned? That's why target value is not considered here. Only we are considering only we are considering that what is the quantity ordered. Okay, based on quantity order. So now what I'm doing, I'm just creating the PO. ME21N, I'm going to ME21N, and I'm using the agreement. Usually we are using that purchasing requisition number or RFQ number or purchasing number, right, earlier, but now we are using the outline agreement. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so enter this PO. Okay, if you have item number, you can enter item number also, no problem. Multiple line items are there, you can. Now how much you want to, how much you are planning to buy. Okay, sorry. So I'm just putting that some 10,000 or 1,000. So I'm just planning to buy the 1,000 quantity. Okay, so you can check other details for whatever it is required. You can check that, and you can enter the conditions also. Item conditions you can enter, and you click on check. Okay, and save. So now, okay, so some problem with purchase order. Okay. Document type is problem with it. Okay. Okay, you can also enter that details where you need it. You can print out all these details you can enter. Okay, and you can enter the communication details. All this, it is common. It is same which we did for the other process. Okay, now go and save. Okay, so again there was some dump which is coming, so it is not saving. Okay, I will use this contract here. Okay, so now I'm created PO by using old transaction code because ME21N is getting down something. Okay, I'm just using ME21. Okay, it is. So now in this contract, I have released 100 pieces. Now let's go to the contract ME33L, 33K, because ME31K is the create. Now I'm going to display. So enter. Now you can see here, go to the details. Okay, so any other details you can see here. So you can see the material information, vendor information, quarter source list, all these things you can see. Like you can see here also, other information you can see. Okay, so any documents, anything which you needed, you can see here. Okay, and header also you can see all this information here. Okay, now let's go to the where we can go now. refresh this one. Okay, you just click on here, release. You can see already PO was created 100 pieces. Okay, actually how much we are target quantity 1 lakh. Already how much you released 100. Now what is the balance 99,900. If I create one more PO, okay, if I create one more PO, okay, this ME21N is not working. Okay, I'll go for ME21. So what is the difference ME21 and ME21? This is a old transaction code ME21 and ME21N is the enjoy transaction code. Okay, so screens are different, little bit screens are different. Okay, okay. So now again I'm just raising the new PO again and adapt the details and save. Now again for this purchase order how much it is? 120 pieces. Now let's see. Go back again, enter, select here, click on here. You can see two POs are there. One PO is 100, one PO is 120. So in the contract also we can track that what are the release orders is there. Okay, here, clear? Now you can do normally how you are doing for the MIGO. MIGO you can do normally like GR and invoice is common. Only is the difference is only difference is by using the contract release order we are doing the PO. By using a contract release order we are creating the PO. Okay. Now I'll go to this first. I can go with this one. Okay, so I'm just receiving that how much quantity 100 quantity. Again if you want to do at a time for both you can do for both also. Okay, I can use for next PO also. I can create same GR within the same GR also I can do for both. Okay, so if I enter again this one, again system will be picking that information also. Okay, so if you received for two POs from the same vendor you can do for both. Clear? Okay, so even that way also we can do it. Multiple POs also from the same vendor we can do it. Clear? Now we received this 100 and 220. Okay, so how much it is we are completed as of now? We are completed 100 plus 120. So the remaining was, how much is the remaining was? So you have to select a line first. Okay, I will be
9
selecting.
lakhs 780.
Yeah, so out of this already 120 is received with this material document number. So you can see the material document number. Here we are received the 120 quantity. Okay, so everything it will be updated here. Okay, so every PO, every purchase order, every order it will be updated here. So where I can go ME31 33K and what is the PO number? What is the contract number? Do you have the contract number? Go to ME23 and let's see the ME23 or else you go to ME23. So what is the class ME23? So what is the contract number here?
स्कैनर मंगा लीजिए, ये नहीं स्कैन करेगा क्योंकि लिख गया है ना, जिससे ऑर्डर किया था उसी से मंगा लेना, उसी नंबर पे स्कैनर रेस्टोरेंट से। अब ये स्कैन नहीं करेगा।
నేను మాట్లాడాను ఒకసారి, నాకు ఇది లాక్ అయిపోయింది, అర్థం కావట్లేదు. ఈ స్కానర్ పని చేయట్లేదు, రెస్టారెంట్కి ఏమన్నా ఒకసారి వెయ్యి.
సరే సరే
అప్రూవల్ దాంట్లో కూడా చేయలేదు, అంటే వెయిట్ చేస్తున్నాను.
this is the contract number. So out of this contract number, if I go to again, I can see that the details. Okay, so each again the PO number, again the each PO number level, again you can see the purchase order history, how much GR we are completed. Okay, so everywhere we can see that how much GR it is completed. So this is the quantity contract. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So, so what is the difference for quantity contract and value contract? Now, this is the quantity contract, right? So that's why the system is checking that when you created that contract, the system is checking that how much target quantity, out of this target quantity, how much we received, and how much is the remaining open target quantity. Okay, so that it's not considering about that what is the values and all. Now I'll be go to creating one more contract which is ME31K by using the WK. WK is the value contract. Okay, and I'm using the same vendor. Okay, I'm just using all same. Okay, here if you see that I'm just entering that for next 1 year or something. Now you can see that target value is mandatory. If I am not entered, then system is not accepting. It is asking that you have to enter the target value because this is the value contract. So value contract, the system is checking that what is the value of the entire contract value. So I'm just putting that, suppose 1 lakh euros. So now I'll be creating that. How much price of the material. Okay, and again I'll be entering one more materials also. I'm entering the other materials also, which is like box 10. Okay, I'll just enter this one. Let's try. Okay, so I'm just entering two materials. Okay, two materials I'm entering. Now the the value contract is only looking into the what is the value of the contract, the entire value of the contract. It is looking, but it is not telling that how much quantity you are planning. So you can see that's why target quantity was the not required. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
So now by using this value contract, again same, we'll be creating the PO. Okay, so how much quantity which is required? Suppose 10 quantity. Only one quantity, one material I'm just posting the PO. Okay, so save. Now again I'm just going to here display. Okay, this PO having only one material. I have created only for one material. Let's see, go back, enter, and you can go to here, select the line, click on here, then you can see the PO was created, the value. Okay, now if I see for the second line, there is no POs was created, no PO release was created. Okay, now I am creating one more also I'm creating ME21. So using this same, okay, create new purchase order. This time I'm just raising for a 130, 150, 100. Okay, both I'm just taking the details. So where is the price we are taking? It is taking price from the contract directly. Okay, clear? So I'm just creating for both. So now this purchase order having the two line items. So like you can create for 10 line items, 10 materials, 20 materials also you can create. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
So go to the purchase order and enter PO. So, okay, sorry, it is a contract number. This is the PO number. Okay, now I'm just receiving these two. The store location where you want to be receive the stock. Okay, same for the next also. And click on it and post. Okay, so now we have completed two materials. Okay, so you can check now. I mean 33K for the agreement, which is value agreement. So target quantity is 0, but our target value is this much. Okay, clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So you can see how much it is for this material, this PO having the this much of values. So last time if you see that only it is showing for respect to, but now it is showing for everywhere, right? Clear? Any questions? Any questions? So this is the contract. Okay. Or you do. Any questions on this one? Any questions on
No
this one?
questions.
Okay. So what is the purpose of contract? What is the purpose of contract? What is the purpose of contract?
Yeah.
What is the purpose of contract? Contract is the long-term agreement between the vendor and our company. So they will be deciding the same price. Why we need agreement contract? Because
Price,
we will get
price
the
value.
constant price, right? Because as per the agreement, why we are going for agreement? Because we'll get the best price. Okay, if we are going every day and buying the product, it might be different prices, right? But if the contract is there, we can decide that, okay, boss, this is our price entirely. The next 6 months you can supply this same price. You don't need to be change that price and all, right? So purpose of mainly we'll get the best benefits,
Price.
price, and on time deliveries will get. Okay, clear?
Yes,
Any
sir.
questions? So same way you can create for the central agreed contract also, CCKR. Okay, there is no change here also. So you can use same vendor and all. Okay, and you can maintain that. And you can maintain the materials, same you can maintain. So even for quantity contract also, you can use for multiple materials also. Okay, it's not only for the single material. Okay, so you can do for a, so mainly contract is purpose of the price. So we can negotiate best price to the vendor and get the best price on that. Okay, clear? So now it is not asking target quantity and it's not asking anything, even it is not asking target value. Okay, so you can enter whatever it is. Like if you want to go with the target quantity, then you can maintain here, or if you want to go with target value, and you can enter here. If it is target quantity, you can enter there. Okay, clear? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that is what it's a central agreed contract. Okay. Okay, central agreed contract is created. So you understand the observation, right? What is exactly the differences? One is quantity contract is mainly looking into quantity, and value contract is mainly looking into value. And central agreed contract, it is depends on that what you want to go ahead. You can go ahead either a quantity or you can go with the value. Okay, clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
So if central
contract is for both. Why you want to use the like other two? Like we can go for like central quantity and like we can take either of them.
They can go ahead. We have that option because users are maybe if they are confusing on that when they are planning to quantity. So if suppose I have created to the contract, central agree contract, okay. Now the users, the vendor says that might be that okay. Our company they said that might be we need more quantity by looking into more quantity, not for based on the value. Okay, because they have the 10 lines, 20 line items also it is there, right? Maybe 10 materials are there, 20 materials are there, right? So when it will be the target value, what will be happen? Some materials is too expensive, some materials are very less items, right? If you are buying the more items on the cheap materials and are expensive material, then the target value of the contract will be closed, mostly, right?
Yes, sir.
So it depends on that material to material also you can go with that whether it is value contract or quantity contract.
Okay.
Okay, it depends. Okay, how they want to
Okay.
be go ahead again. So we have option like both. Okay, so we can go with central agree contract or we can go for the normal contract. Okay.
Mm. Mm.
So usually it's like
Yes.
a multiple plans when you're creating multiple plans. They might be having the terms and conditions different. They have the different. So when there is a plan specific conditions, okay. So it might be different, right? Transportation costs are different and futures are different, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it depends how they want to go ahead. They can go ahead with that. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Any questions?
Yes.
Okay, so do this practice. Scheduling agreement we'll discuss tomorrow. Okay, LP and LPA, both we have. So what actually the main purpose of the central agree contract is? Okay, sorry, scheduling agreement is. In the scheduling agreement, we can define predefined schedules. Okay, so if you go to ME31L, okay, ME31L, it a scheduling agreement. Here also we have the two types of the agreement. One is LP and one is LPA. Okay, so if I go to LP, okay, same vendor I can create, same from one to like 6 months or it's like 1 year or agreement. Okay, same materials we can go ahead. So I will show you what is the difference actually. Okay, so now I have suppose I'm just planning a 10 to 1 lakh quantity, target quantity. Okay, now I have created the scheduling agreement, just I created that. Now we have to inform to the supplier, okay, this is the agreement between you and me. So I'm just defining that my predefined schedules. So that maintain schedules where we can do, we can go to ME38. In this ME38, you have to maintain that your schedules. You can click on here. Sorry, you're not here. Here, you can put that date wise how much you need. Suppose tomorrow 11th I need. Suppose 100 I need. Okay. So its system is calculating based on the holidays and everything. It is calculating. It is giving the time. Now 23rd I need again 200. Okay, and again 28 I need 250. So like I can predefine schedule for the next 6 months or 8 months, how many you need, you can define like that. Okay, clear? So based on your order,
Yes, sir.
it will be cumulative scheduling quantity, like actual quantity how much it is and cumulative quantity how much it is like. Okay, so then save. Okay, so now this agreement is scheduled. Now this agreement is scheduled on these dates. So what you can do? What I will do now? Okay, I will go to ME32L. Okay, enter. You select here. Okay, you can go to schedules here. You can see here these schedules are maintained. Okay, so by 11th, that means whenever the date which is coming, you can do directly GR. That means you are expecting on that 11th stock from the vendor. So the vendor also Let's assume that they also send the goods to us, we are receiving the goods. So on that date we can receive the GR. So I'll just put this one today date by doing the practice. Okay, I'll just doing what I'm doing. I'll going here again. Go to here. I'm changing this to today date. Okay, because I want to do this GR. If it is 11th, then we can do only after 11th only, on 11th only, or after 11th, right? So now I'm just changing this one. Now this was updated. ME 33L, ME 33L. In this one, you can go to the here, select the line and go to here. So the date was 10th. That means today date. So I can expect today is the 100 quantity. Okay. So let's assume that supplier also send the goods to us. Now I can do what I can do. I can directly using this agreement. By using this agreement, I can directly receive the goods. So do you need to create a PO? No, right? No need to create a PO. So you can go directly receive the goods. Okay.
Imagine.
You can directly go receive the goods here. So how much it is? 100 quantity. Defaultly it is coming 100 because today date there is a one delivery, expected delivery was 100. So once that is completed, one GR is completed. Okay, this goods also completed. Okay, now you can see here. Now this also completed for 100 delivery. Now you can see the schedule lines. That 100 is gone because it's already delivered. Okay. So the open quantity also it will be displayed like, okay, this open quantity 200 expecting to get on 23rd. 250 is expecting on to get on 28th. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So this is the schedule line category. Okay. So no need to release here without release. LP is a without release. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
So that you understand, right? What is the different contract and scheduling agreement, right? So
Yeah,
no
yes,
need
sir,
to
yes, sir.
create any contract PO. Contract release order is not required. Okay.